What's your take on altering YouTube video titles, descriptions, tags, or links after they've ranked well? Does Google hate minor tweaks or monetization efforts after the fact? No, not actually, Glenn. It depends. I mean, like, I've made changes before, and sometimes just making changes, like, not so much the titles. Don't get me wrong, I've done that too. So we'll talk about a couple different scenarios that I've done that I've had and the results of those changes. Sometimes changing the description it's almost like a blog post, like older content, evergreen content, but you add some new content to the bottom of the post and kind of refreshes it, makes it fresh again. Can actually give it a little bit of a ranking boost. So I've done that before, where I've just added some additional content to the description area, or changed out some content that was perhaps over-optimized a bit to kind of de-optimize it, which makes it newer content anyways, because it's been, the content's been swapped out or changed out. So that I've had work well. I've been able to, take a video that had been slipping, losing its rank or dropping, and then bring it back up that way. That among other things, but I've done that, to bring it back. So that's one thing that you can do. Changing the links, the internal links, like linking to other YouTube videos, for example, if you're using the YouTube silo, or changing the internal links to click to to a different website or whatever. I've never seen that have any really effect, either negative or positive. So I've never experienced that changing anything as far as the actual links themselves. Titles, I would recommend. With titles, that's a bit different because it depends on how drastic of a change it is. If your title is an exact match keyword and you're ranking for that, and you change your title to something other than what that exact match keyword is, chances are it's going to drop. Right. And it might resurface with the new keyword at some point to to rank for that. But again, if you're changing the YouTube titles, that's pretty much the most significant thing for ranking for a YouTube video, is the title itself. Mm-hmm. And then lastly, tags. Yeah, tags. Usually for tags, I'll use the exact match keyword as the first tag, and then I'll take the keyword itself. A lot of the times it's with the geo modifier, for example, if I'm doing local, and I will separate it out. So it'll be like keyword plus city, right? Or city plus keyword will be my first tag, because that's the exact match keyword I'm trying to rank for. Well, then I'll do just a keyword tag, then just the city tag, then I'll do a couple LSI keywords. So if I'm going to change the tags at a later date, then a lot of the times I'm not messing with the original tags that I had already set. I'm just adding some additional tags. Mm. So.
Yep. Yeah, and you make a great point there, Bradley. I think that the best way to go when you're trying to rank videos is to make them generic enough in a way that you can still reap the benefits. For example, if you listen it, you can still reap the benefits from the video once it's ranked. So you need to make the least amount of changes to it once it's ranked as possible. So, for example, if you're adding, I know that we are not advising to do that anymore, but if you were adding the client's phone number on the video itself, you'll need to edit that. That's why we're saying, add a tracking number so that you can redirect that tracking number. The same with links, so that the least amount of modifications that you make to the video once it's ranked and it has been ranked for a while, the better, in my opinion.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean, again, making small changes in the description area, I haven't seen a lot of negative effects out of. In fact, like I said, I've done that in the past to get a positive effect when I've had something that was ranking well and then started to slip. So, but as far as titles, I don't like to mess with the titles personally. Tags, like I said, I don't like to mess with the tags other than potentially adding some new tags to what was already there. But in the description area, that's, like Hernan said, one of the things I like to do is set up a redirect URL as my URL within the description area, so that if I need to change the destination, I can change the destination through the redirect itself and not actually changing it from within the description itself. And that's beneficial for protecting your own assets anyways. So. But play with it, Glenn. I mean, that's something that you could do some testing on, and you could, set up, rank a video for an insignificant keyword, maybe one that really has no value, but you could use it for testing purposes. Rank a video for some obscure keyword, and then start changing some things around one at a time, and give it a few days and monitor it and see what kind of effect it has. That would be a good test to set up, so that you have a better idea of how it's going to behave. Also wondering, do long-standing well-clicked videos on page 1 tend to move from exact to broader match queries if they stand the test of time? Not real sure, Glenn. My assumption would be yes, but I don't have any hard data for that. So, yeah, no, I don't have any hard data for that to prove it one way or the other. I would assume that if it's done very well for an exact match query and it's been stuck at #1 for months at a time, it may very well rank for other keywords. That's something that you want to test and check. But that's why having a well optimized description is important, because you can rank for multiple keywords if you have them in the description area without spamming it. Okay, that's where tags come in as well.